Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast. The show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Afternoon, another Sunday. Afternoon, another Wednesday episode of Habari Live. We're going to get it going into the top news stories and, everything that's going on through the week. The top story, we are at war with Iran, and gas prices are just going up and up and up. We got Erica Kirk named to a spot in the Air Force. We got a lot of craziness going on this week, man, and we're going to talk about it. So let's get straight to the top stories with Iesha real fast and see what she has going for the day.
Good evening. All right. So we had a lot going on this week, but like you said, first up this week, things that caught my eye were a new safety feature from one of the nation's largest rideshare companies is expanding nationwide. Uber says that its women-only ride option is now rolling out across the United States, and the feature allows women riders to request trips specifically from female drivers directly through the app. The option was first tested in select markets, and it's designed to provide an additional layer of comfort and safety for women who are using the platform. But Uber says that both the riders and the drivers will be able to choose the preference, although it will depend on driver availability in each area. And the company is saying that the move comes after strong demand for women who say that they feel safer when they ride with a female driver, and they would feel much safer having this option. Whereas there are advocacy groups saying that it's discriminatory towards male drivers for women and the drivers to select each other for the ride.
No, I mean, I don't know who it would hurt. Whatever. I mean, you select your doctors in a lot of situations. What doctors you want, you could select a lot of different things. Why
not be able to select your taxi driver?
I don't see a problem with it. Some women don't feel comfortable around dudes. Men are always on some garbage.
Yeah.
A lot of times. So, I mean, I would understand some not being comfortable. So, to me, they should have the option. I don't know what's the big deal or why people would be upset. I mean, I understand, like, if you're the only driver and they don't want a man. I mean, it's your only option. You know what I'm saying? So
right, if that's the only one that's in the area, you ain't got no choice.
Right. So I don't know, man. It's a tough situation. But like I said, if you want the option to get the driver you want, you should be able to pick it. Have the option of, do you want male, female, or it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think it should be a option. It's not a big deal, and like you said, you get options in a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. You select your dentist, you select whoever. You like, hey, I don't want that dude. That I'm saying, I'd rather feel comfortable with a female or a male or whatever. So I don't know.
Most certain. Moving on, a Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn is now reversing course on the Senate filibuster as lawmakers debate the Save America Act. Cornyn had previously defended the filibuster, but now he's saying that he is willing to bypass it to pass the legislation. The move comes as President Trump considers whether or not he's going to endorse Cornyn in his upcoming re-election campaign. The bill itself focuses on election integrity measures and has become a key issue for many Republicans heading into the 2026 midterm this cycle.
I mean, yo, what's up?
What's up, Ralph?
What's up? What's up, Ralph? Yeah, man, I don't know. You they get rid of this filibuster, it's gonna have
Repercussions.
it's gonna have repercussions in the future. You know, when if Democrats were to win the House, the Senate, and they're able to just pass things through with just the winning vote, and that's it, you're going to be able to get a lot of things done that way. The Republicans have been against the filibuster forever. They've tried to hold tight on it because they know there's going to be a time when they're not going to be in charge. But Trump, you know, he doesn't think past tomorrow.
Right.
He's in there today, and he doesn't care what happens tomorrow. And the rest of these guys, you know, they're like, man, you know, we have to keep this filibuster to try to stop some of the things that the Democrats may want to push through. What's up, Ryan? So it's a tough situation, man. But the main thing is this law that they are trying to push through for voting is just ridiculous. And the lies that are being pushed right now, and the Republican Party just sitting around acting like all this, they're just putting in the bill to put in voter ID. That's all this is. It's nothing different. It's just voter ID, because you are stupid and never read the past the fucking headlines. We understand. Everybody else who's read it understand what's going on. But these people just keep talking about it. They just want ID. That's all. That's all they want. Well, y'all are going to be really surprised when you get to if this shit passed. And I think it was some people who were holding out. But if this shit was to pass, and this dude trying to say you have to prove that you are a citizen. You have to bring your birth certificate, social security card to the poll. And like I said, some people, you know, don't have the shit. I don't know where the hell my birth certificate. I lost that shit so long ago. It's not something I have to prove all the time, because you already have an ID. You already proved those things. But this is what they're doing. And then, you know, Trump has said that he can guarantee if this bill gets passed that they're going to win the midterms. So what he's trying to do is rig the game. While they're always he's talking about this, the vote, the shit was stolen from him. Shit was stolen from you. But you're doing everything you can to steal the midterms, trying to put in laws to make it tougher to vote. Thanks, Ralph. We appreciate you, brother. It's rough. It's rough out here, man. We already have one of the worst when it comes to voting laws. We already have one of the worst. Because, I mean, in most places, if you have an ID, you automatically get the vote. You know, I mean, we're doing all these things to make it tougher for people to vote. Something that's been the way the South has kept the South for a century at least. A century at least. And you know, you wonder in the South, I talk about it all the time, there's never been black representation in the South. Why do you think that is? How is it a place that's 30% black can never get any black people in control?
Right.
They're never in the government. They're never governors. I think Warnock was the first black senator since 1910, 1900, something like that, man. Like, it's ridiculous. They're always cheating. And now they don't want women to vote. They don't want black people to vote. They're doing everything they can to make sure certain people cannot vote. And they're really trying to push this through. And, you know, if Republicans do it, it's going to be some repercussions, because they, like I said, they're going to have to get rid of the filibuster. And, you know, I mean, that the cheating is ridiculous. They're trying to get rid of voting by mail, which he has won several elections because of voting by mail.
Right.
But he wants to get rid of it. The Republicans run this state by voting by mail. But he wants to make everyone go to the polls. And then when you get to the poll, he wants to say, prove that you are a citizen. Give me something that proves that you're a citizen. And this is what he's trying to get past. Yeah, Steve, we saw that, man. We don't know exactly whether the warning is going or what civilians may get hit, but I guess they're talking about sleeper cells and different things of this nature. But we haven't got much on that story. But definitely, it is something that's going down. Oh, we're losing our country. Wake up, American. Oh my God. You guys always lived your whole life like it's so bad. Things aren't as bad as you guys try to make it, man. They've been looking for voter fraud. Trump has been the president 5 out of the last 8 years. Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, definitely. He's been the president.
Mm-hmm.
He was 4 years he was in there. He didn't find any voter fraud. That's crazy. He could have found the fraud. If there was so much fraud, now he's in there trying to steal the voter rolls. He took the voter rolls from Georgia, still haven't found anything. Like he keeps taking all the voters and he ain't finding shit. It doesn't make any sense. But they can keep yelling, "Oh, it's fraud," while trying to. And then what comes out? Elon Musk and his company are the ones that may have been doing some cheating. All the people that get caught cheating is Republicans. So it's just ridiculous, man. But this voter stuff, we need to pay attention to this shit because it's this is the way they're trying to cheat right now.
Definitely. Speaking on voters and the election, Trump's administration has widened its probe and has now obtained records from officials here in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Investigators are reviewing documents related to the election procedures and ballot processing. And we all know that Arizona is one of the key battleground states during the 2020 election period. And that is the period of time where Trump is, of course, reviewing records. And officials say that it's the review is part of their broader effort to examine election administration across several states.
It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, you're right, bro. It's a lot of people who was locked up from the who lost money. Fox News lost money. Rudy Giuliani lost money. All these people lost money trying to push voter fraud for this dude.
Mm-hmm.
All of them went to court, was sued, and lost everything. They didn't win one court case. Like all y'all going to jail, losing all your money, but y'all still hollering there was fraud because y'all following behind this idiot. If you ever voted, you would know they asked for ID. Man, these people haven't voted. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. Because you can't go vote nowhere without showing an ID. But that's why I'm trying to tell them that it's stipulations they're trying to add into voting. It's not just about showing an ID. They trying to make it even harder.
Oh, and it's gonna affect women the most because a lot of women, when they get married, they don't go change their birth certificate to have their married last name on it. So if the birth certificate doesn't match what your married name is, then you're not gonna be able to vote because your ID is not correct.
Man, not going off the ID is crazy. You're pretty much saying that you don't trust the state to do their job to make sure that the person is a citizen who is getting the ID. Like if you are an immigrant, you can get IDs in some states, but that ID lets you know that this person is not an American citizen. I really don't get it. We're trying to make sure that everybody gets a vote. Why Republicans want to do the opposite, I really don't get it. Yeah, they trying to, bro.
Yeah.
They trying to. They want to bad. They want to take away voting. It's a lot of them that's just, you hear the white nationalists talk. Oh, I want to take away. I don't want my wife to vote. I don't want women voting anymore.
They want one vote per household rule is what they want trying to do.
Yeah, man, they would love to take away women's rights to vote. They would love it. Love it. Take us back to 18 something. They love it because that's what they want to do. Totally
Anywho.
legal for you to have plenty of time to get an ID. What are you talking about? I mean, like, what you already need an ID to register. I don't even know why y'all keep saying this dumb shit. Y'all have to read something for like once. Listen to someone besides Trump for once in your goddamn life. Fuck. It's all you already have to have an ID to vote. They are trying to add on more than ID. They want you to show your birth certificate. They're trying to get people to show social security cards at the polling place so they can turn you away and make you go back where you have to find more data for more information for you can be able to sign your name and vote.
Yep.
This is what they're trying to do. They haven't found no damn voter fraud. And if they have, it's been a few Republicans. No one is going to jail for voter fraud. It's the dumbest thing to go to jail for. How stupid. It's not even a crime that gets you any money.
At all.
At least I'm going to rob somebody. I got a chance of coming up with some cash. I voted for a dude who don't give two fucks about me. Like, what? Are you silly? Yeah, man, I cuss. If you can't handle it, Donald, you might want to go, watch something G-rated. We're grown-ups here.
Anywho.
Go watch cartoons. Go watch My Little Pony or something. If you can't handle cuss words, bro.
Anywho, moving on. Lawmakers in Arizona are also considering legislation that would require firearm safety instruction for all K-12 schools.
Oh my God.
Statewide.
Fucking idiots, I swear to God.
Supporters are saying that the bill is meant to teach students responsible gun ownership and safety practices, while critics are arguing that firearm education should remain the responsibility of the parents rather than the schools. If approved, Arizona would join a small number of states that include firearm safety instruction as part of the school curriculum.
Dog, we might have the dumbest politicians in America, G.
I knew that was going to send you over the edge tonight. So I had to put it in there when I saw it.
What the fuck? Are we stupid?
Retarded.
Dog, what the fuck, man? Hey.
Ignorant.
Anybody who wants to, you want to teach your kid how to shoot somebody?
And then they
that's fine. When they go shoot up the places, we putting your ass in jail too.
Like we didn't just put the guy in Georgia in jail.
Right. Like it's so fucking stupid.
Retarded. It's the most asinine thing that they could possibly do.
We had a 10-year-old kill his father and his roommate here. You remember that story? Mm-hmm. They taught the kid how to shoot.
And he turned around and killed him.
He picked the gun up, killed his pops and the roommate. 10 years old. Like, that's on you. Like, you think that your kid's brain is mature enough to make good decisions and don't know the difference between people's lives being taken? You think that they're old enough to understand? Like, dog, we don't live in the fucking Wild Wild West anymore. We're not on the range, bro. What the fuck is going on? You don't have Native Americans trying to take over your land and you got to protect it. So little Jim Bob got to know how to shoot a gun. And what the man, dude, I swear America is stupid. We lead the whole world in mass
just have
shootings.
A 6-year-old in Virginia go to class and try to shoot the teacher.
Man, we special, man. We're a special bunch. And
you want to give all K-12 students a gun? And teach. Well, they didn't say they was gonna give them guns, but regardless, you gonna teach them how to shoot the gun, and they got access to them at home.
Shooting guns don't have anything to do with morals, man. Why do we think that these kids understand the difference between life and death? They're not old enough. They haven't seen enough to know. These kids don't know enough, man. We're putting too much pressure on them. Already, man, if you look at the world right now in the U.S., we have little kids getting shot daily because adults are not responsible enough to put their guns up to keep them away from the kids. And this is happening daily. People are willing to sacrifice kids because it's let everybody have guns. The kids get shot. That's part of the freedom.
And Carl, Grand Theft Auto doesn't teach a child how to use a gun in real life.
Yeah, exactly. They always come up with some bullshit excuse. What the fuck does Grand Theft Auto have to do with the shit? With them getting training for real guns in real life. Grand Theft Auto is not training these kids how to kill. Y'all goofy, man. I played the shit when I was little. It didn't make me a killer. Access makes you a killer. The weapon makes you a killer. Yeah, man, I have to agree with you, man, Ryan. I mean, collectively, they have failed. So many kids get their hands on these people's guns. I seen a dude get shot by his dog because the dog stepped on the rifle, happened to be getting into the trigger hole, shot his ass. Like, it's so many dumbass things that happen with guns in America, and we just keep saying more guns. The NRA don't even talk anymore. They so happy because everybody's fighting the fight for them. They don't even have to say anything. Back in the day, they used to come out and they used to talk and fight and try to get the laws loosened so they can make sure everybody got a gun, because to them it's how many guns are we selling?
Right.
They don't even have to come out and say anything anymore because people do all the fighting for them.
And every time there's a school shooting, gun sales go up.
Go up. They get people go get more guns. I swear, man.
Lastly, this week, under a new federal policy, sugary drinks and candy will no longer be eligible for purchases under the SNAP program. Officials say that the change is intended to encourage healthier food choices for more than 40 million Americans who receive SNAP benefits. And critics are arguing that the restrictions could limit personal choice and stigmatize low-income families. The policy is expected to impact grocery stores and retailers across the country if it's actually implemented.
Yeah, man. I agree. It should be illegal for people who have had a background of any type, hate, anything. Definitely, they shouldn't be able to get guns. But we don't even like doing red flag laws in most states, and we don't have any here. So this state is just open carry, and we have more shootings than most states, and people just don't care. They're gonna keep on going the same route, no matter how many people are shot. But what was the story? I'm sorry. Oh, the food stamps. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. A lot of people really think that by shitting on poor people and making sure they can't buy some snacks, that's going to make their life better. I'm not sure why all these Republicans are so hell bent on making sure that people who get food aid get the worst shit that they can possibly get. Like, how does it make your life better that they can't buy a soda? How does it make anything better? But people for years, look at that guy, he's on aid and he's buying sodas. We don't like that. They're buying a steak and I have to come in and buy ramen noodles. I don't like that.
Well, they bought apple juice for their kid to have to drink.
But the thing is, to me, there's always been this. We got billionaires riding around on jets, doing everything they can, man. They got living a lifestyle of the rich and famous. And y'all want to shit on the damn poorest people who getting $225 a month. It's the dumbest stuff, man. I don't understand why Republicans love to shit on poor people. You got people, man, living lives, man. They do. We can't imagine how much money Jeff Bezos got and his lifestyle of living. And we're shitting on people who buy a little soda or some popsicles and shit.
According to unnews.com, they say that ending world hunger could cost less than 1% of military spending. By 2030, they could end world hunger with just $93 billion a year.
$93 billion. That's a great number you just picked because that's how much Pete Hegseth has spent so far. $93 billion
in 1 year.
In 1 year, Republicans ain't said a word. They don't give a fuck. They taking money away from kids in Minnesota because of fraud. But Pete Hegseth and Kristi Noem has spent so much money, so much taxpayer money, just doing whatever they want to. Nobody says a word from the right. They care so much. Like, dude, it's so dumb. We'll spend all this money for war, but we won't do like Pac said. We got money for war,
but can't feed the poor.
Won't feed the poor. You know, look, I mean, that's the thing, that we're trying to shit on the poor as much as we can.
Right. Spend $93 billion on dumb shit.
Dumb shit. And nobody, they don't care.
Didn't even bat an eye.
None of them. None of them say anything. They only care about partisan fraud. If it's coming from Democrats, then it's all what? Oh, but if it's coming from Republicans, what? What fraud? I don't know what you're talking about. It's so weird. You would think a group that cares about fraud would care about all fraud. But no, they only care about fraud when it's Democrats. Oh, look at the Democrats. They're stealing. Okay, well, Trump is enriching himself. This dude is up to $6 billion. Cryptocurrency, all the money that's going to all these places. Y'all don't care. Pete Hegseth, $93 billion. Y'all don't care. Kristi Noem buying airplanes, spending it for luxury airplanes, doing all this shit, $200 million. We don't care. They don't care. Anybody else? Oh, this guy, he spent $5 and got some nerds. Oh, no! No! We don't want them buying candy and nerds.
Why Hegseth spent $93 billion on lobster, fruit baskets.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah. Lobster, fruit baskets. That's all good.
And a Japanese flute.
But a guy buying some what do they call
ho-hos and wham-whams. Right.
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
And a Pepsi Cola to go with it.
He's a loser. Buying all this sugar with my tax dollars. We're gonna take that away from you.
But Hegseth can use your tax dollars for lobster.
And spend $93 billion.
And fruit baskets.
And they don't care. How much money does Trump spend going back and forth to Mar-a-Lago?
Every other week.
How much money? Because we know last time he spent way more than the average president going all back to the Mar-a-Lago for he can golf everywhere. He golfed more than any president ever. We paid for it, and they don't care. But if it was Obama, they'd be losing their mind, blowing themselves up on the White House lawn. They get triggered. Why? Because Fox News triggers them. They don't know how to think for themselves or anything. Or they would be against all fraud. But the only fraud they care about is the fraud that comes from the left. The left. We could tell you the richest dude making money from the Wall Street, the market, and they are still hollow. Nancy Pelosi. Like they just goofy, man. These people are Fox News led. They don't know how to think by themselves. If Fox didn't tell them what to say, they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. Right. $600 million of tax money to build his ballroom.
Right.
Like he's going to be there forever. Get your ass out of here. All right, so we're going to go to the main story real fast, man. The Iran war is escalating. But on top of that, we have xenophobia coming from the U.S. politics, and it's rising as more and more politicians feel comfortable talking down on Muslims and saying how Muslims shouldn't be in America. It's pretty disgusting stuff, man. We've had several politicians from the right say things that is just disgusting when it comes to these people. So tonight we're going to talk about two things that are happening at the same time. And they may be more connected than people realize. Man, $8.91 is crazy for gas. That's insane. First, the war with Iran and Iran, and which has now entered its 12th day, and it's escalating faster than many expected. But Trump and them are saying that it should end any day. Like the messaging on this war is worse than what George Bush them. At least they was able to stay on the same accord. Everybody, hey, weapons of mass destruction, WMDs. They kept the same thing going.
The same story played across that whole board.
These boys, they don't even got a story. It's different
Everybody got
day.
a different story.
Everybody got. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. This is the worst shit that I ever seen. It's run by second graders, and it's ridiculous, man. But second, the rise of xenophobia in American politics. Openly xenophobic politicians in the Republican Party is disgusting. Some elected officials are now openly saying that things that years ago would have ended their careers, but not today. Not today. Not in the racist Republican Party we have today. We're not here to replete the headlines. We're here to slow it down and actually look at what's going on. Let's start with this whack-ass war that we have going on. Whack, because cost and gas prices are going up. My man Ryan says gas in LA is $8.91. Ridiculous. We're seeing $5 gas here. As of March 10th, the conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran is entered as a 12th day, but this began on February 28th. Every day since then, the situation has intensified. I think it's up to 180 troops that has been hurt, 8 troops that have been killed. Pete Hegseth, he comes up and beats his chest every day, announcing that today would be the most intense day for strikes so far. More bombers, more targets, more intelligence, more firepower. He sounds so happy about everything when he talks about it. He really sounds like he's peeing in his pants of happiness that people are dying. The Pentagon says Iran's missile capability has been reduced by about 90%. Drone capability is down by around 85%. They still are saying that it may be a possibility that a drone could hit California, and that's what the Iran's trying to do right now. But they're saying their capability is down to 85%. It's going to be tough. But we don't know, because it's hard to believe anything that Hegseth or the Department of War says, because everything's a lie. Well, I'm going to tell you why you're a racist, bro. Just because you married a person of color does not make you a racist. You could still be a white supremacist. There were people who thought they weren't racist and had slaves. Just because you married a black lady, bro, don't mean you're not a white supremacist. Now, you may not be racist, but it does not mean just because you look at a black person every day don't mean that you don't think down about their entire group. You just think she's special. But they say U.S. forces have destroyed Iran's naval vessels in the Strait of Hormuz to prevent the waterway from being blocked. Though they said they've put mines all through the waterway, Trump is telling people to press your luck and go through the strait anyway. Those are the official numbers, but you've watched wars before. You know how it is. When the government starts saying the enemy is almost finished, Trump said that their nuclear capabilities was finished just a few months ago.
They had been ended for good.
Yeah, but what are we in this war for? Is supposedly because they can get a nuclear weapon. So, we're all confused. That usually, he said it's finished, but that usually means that the war is about to get more dangerous, not less. So let's run some footage, man. Let's run some footage of learning a little bit about the Strait of Hormuz and what it means to people in that area and the global landscape when it comes to oil. Go down. There you go.
1 week into the war with Iran, and something massive just happened. The Strait of Hormuz is not open anymore. Iran closed it, officially, on March 2nd, and it's still closed right now. Only 2 cargo ships in the past 24 hours. No oil tankers. 0. Over 150 ships are trapped around the strait waiting to cross. War risk insurance was withdrawn yesterday, March 5th midnight. Now ship owners must pay triple or quadruple rates, or not cross at all. Meanwhile, the USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Gerald R. Ford are sitting in the Mediterranean and Arabian Sea, 2 aircraft carriers, 120 fighter jets, watching. Why? Because 20% of world's oil flows through that strait, 1/5. China imports 10 million barrels daily, almost half through Hormuz. Oil prices jumped 10% in 1 week. Qatar shut down LNG production. Subscribe because this doesn't...
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead, bring us back. Yeah, man. They've put bombs all through the strait. They put landmines, and Trump is pushing people to still drive through still go through the strait. People are scared, man. People aren't willing to risk their lives for this. But the Pentagon has confirmed now it's 8 U.S. service members have been killed so far, with more than 180 wounded. Iranian officials say over 1,300 people have died from coalition strikes. There have been deaths reported in Lebanon, Israel, and the UAE. That means this is already not just a U.S.-Iran conflict. This is regional. And when wars go regional, history tells us they can go global.
Global. And that is what people need to understand. This is not just a small operation, as Trump would call it. This is war. Actual war.
Right.
Y'all remember like when we had back in when Bush sent our troops to Iraq? That war? This is another kind of those wars.
Mm-mm. One of the biggest reasons this conflict matters is the Strait of Hormuz. Almost 20% of the world's oil supply moves through that narrow stretch of water right now. Well, not right now because they stopped it. That route is effectively shut down, man. Oil prices have spiked to over $120 a barrel before settling down near 90. I think it's over 100 still. Gas prices are rising across the country. Markets are unstable. People ask why the economy reacts so fast to war in the Middle East. This is why, man. Iran sits next to one of the most important energy checkpoints in the world. You cannot fight a war there without the entire world feeling it. Everybody's going to feel it, man, when this shit gets shut down. That's why they shut it down so fast, because they knew the economic damage that this was going to cause. President Trump called this a short-term excursion. We've heard that before. Vietnam was supposed to be short. Iraq was supposed to be short. Afghanistan was supposed to be short. We was in that shit for 20 years. War is always supposed to be short at the beginning, but they keep on pushing things and making things and taking things to another level. Next thing you know, we're in this shit forever. Go ahead, do this one. I don't know why it's me again.
All right. But another major development that has gotten enough that hasn't gotten enough attention is the death of Ayatollah on the first day of the conflict. His son has now taken over as the supreme leader. But leadership changes during war are unpredictable. Sometimes they lead to negotiations. Other times they make a country more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And a new leader often proves the strength, not weakness. It's what they want to prove. But that means that the idea that this war will likely end quickly, that may not be as realistic as Trump believes that it is.
And there are reports coming out of Tehran describing something called black rain because they blew up the oil depot out there, oil fields. They hit the fuel depots, hit smoke in the air. Toxic chemicals are falling with rain. People told not to go outside. This is what war actually looks like. Now, we've blown up a kid's school, and they can try to make it all the excuses they want, but it looks like it was us. The DOJ looked into themselves, and the Department of War looked into themselves and found out it was us. So it's not maps, not graphics, not press conferences. It's people breathing in poison, people running from fucking bombs, family losing everything. And Americans need to understand that when our government goes to war, this is part of what happens to the local people. Go ahead.
But Most of the time, that's not what the public see. They don't see that part. All they see is the speeches that Trump and his cabinet are giving.
Mm-hmm.
They just see the speeches that Putin is giving. They just see the speeches that Netanyahu's giving. They're not seeing the bigger picture. They just only see the speech.
Yep, that's real. You know, and all week people been talking about, oh, well, I saw the Iranian people, they were happy. Well, that's, the people, I mean, it's so goofy. Small the contingent. But we've had protests all across. I think this was in that, I forget what this protest was at. But go ahead and run this just a little bit, few minutes of some of the protests that's going on in the other parts of the world where people are against this war. Anti-war. Just get people against this shit. Marching for the Palestinian people. Causing these crowds. All these people against this stupid ass war. Person from press that was killed. All right, go ahead and do this back. I mean, to say that all Iranians don't like the Ayatollahs is not true. They love these people, man. There was people that was all in the streets crying in massive crowds. So, I mean, it's going to be people who are against them. There's people who want democracy in Iran. But there's people who also want this the way it is, obviously, or it wouldn't be the way it is. Somebody is agreeing with this crap. Somebody's riding with their regime. So, man, that's not truthful to say that all the people are against them, because if they all were against them, I would think that they would ride on them. But they've been in control forever. Now we're going to talk about something happening here at home while this war is going on, because whenever there's war, there's always someone who tries to turn fear into politics. Something the Republican Party knows a lot about. They've used fear to get Donald Trump in, the fear of the black face, the fear of the brown face, the fear of the brown man coming into the country and raping women. That is the fear that these people are running around calling all immigrants criminals for. And what we are hearing right now from some American politicians should be concerning for everyone. But we know that these Republicans don't care, because their whole mission is fear and hate. And over the last few weeks, several Republican officials have made statements that go far beyond policy and debates. Congressman Andy Ogles said Muslims do not belong in American society. He called pluralism a lie. He said Muslims would breed their way through the country. Florida Representative Randy Fine said the choice between dogs and Muslims is not difficult, and he would pick dogs. And Perfect, a fucking Arizona representative, had to say some stupid shit. Man, I swear to God, Arizona, dog. Make you not even want to be from this place, man. It's so dumb sometimes. Arizona Representative John Gillette calls Muslims savages on social media. Keith Self said Islam is a culture pretending to be a religion. There are not anonymous internet comments. These are elected officials. And when language like this becomes normal, history shows it can lead to very dangerous places. But this is where we're at, man. Go down on the videos there. Not too fast. Oh, Andy Yoga, yeah.
Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles is facing criticism today after a tweet attacking Muslim people.
Yeah, the Tennessee Republican posted on X this morning, writing, quote, "Muslims don't belong in American society. Pluralism is a lie." Now, the House Minority Leader quickly firing back, tweeting, quote, "Andy Ogles is a malignant clown and pathological liar who has fabricated his whole life story. Disgusting Islamophobes like you do not belong in Congress or in civilized society."
And this is not the first time Ogles has made remarks attacking the Muslim community. Last year, he appeared on a podcast saying Muslims will, quote, breed their way through our.
This type racism is applauded on their side right now. They like this stuff. They're happy. That's why they're doing it. This is the reason why they're tweeting things like this. This is why they're going on podcasts and saying things like this. Because the people love it. They love it. To say that the Muslim religion is fake, our religion is fake. Every single one. They can get mad at me. I don't care. Christian, Catholic, all of it is fake. You want to disrespect their religion? Talk about their shit? Well, I'll disrespect all of them. Every single one of them don't mean shit. It's cartoons. And people are dying over these fucking cartoons that people have man-made, people have made up, that there's some God that you're supposed to fucking believe in. This is the reason why I despise religion. Oh, we're going to make fun of our religion is better than yours. We're going to kill you all. It's ridiculous. Something that is supposed to be leading people to be better people has caused more wars than anything that we can ever think of. Nothing has caused more wars than religion, man. That's why we fighting right now. They think they the holy people. They think they're holy. They think they're better than somebody. It's our land. We're the chosen people because the Bible said so. This is why people are dying. I can't get behind it. I can't get behind this mess. It's too much when people are using their religion to hate on other people because they don't agree with their religion or the way their culture is set up. I'm straight up sick of it. Religion should not be a part of these discussions. Oh, he's Muslim. Oh, he's Jewish. Oh, he's Catholic. Oh, he's Christian. I don't like him. He don't like, aren't y'all supposed to be the loving people? I've never met so much hateful people in my life except the people who follow these books of love. And then if you read the books, they're filled with hate and murder and death. The books teaching you to enslave people. The Old Testament is just crazy. The New Testament, let's take some of that shit out and make a newer testament because the Old Testament is kind of crazy. Like, dog, I'm not with it, man. Then all the translation, the things that's been lost in translation. People still fighting over this shit. It's so fucking dumb. I'm sorry, man. I am more scientific. I don't do religion. It's not something I like talking about. Because a lot of people get upset, especially people from the South and the Midwest. They get upset. They don't like me anymore because of things like that. But every country, every place have had their own religion, man. When the natives got here, they believed what they believed. The people of South America, the Aztecs, the Mayans, they all had different beliefs. The belief system didn't change until the Europeans started bringing in the Middle East way of thinking that was from their homes. It's like, dog, we all had different ways of thinking before the world became colonized by other people and they brought their way of thinking into all these places. And now we're looking and pointing at people and calling them bad because they don't believe the religion we believe. This is garbage. And I'm over it, man. People shouldn't die for these things. Trump talking about he's waging God's war. Like, this is how people have died for centuries. Some dude woke up and said God told him some shit. Nobody can prove it. Right, Trump Bible. Exactly. It's a joke. I do believe churches should pay taxes. I do.
They should.
They should. And because the number one reason they love to get into politics, all these preachers and reverends, they're getting into politics. You want to get into politics? Pay taxes, punk. Anyway, polls show that many voters now believe immigrants are poisoning the blood of the country. That phrase has been used before in history and not in good times. There's also growing belief in what is called the Great Replacement Theory. They really love, the Christian and nationalists love this. That idea that immigrants are being brought in to replace Americans. This used to be fringe talk. Now it shows up in mainstream politics. And when people believe they are being replaced, they can justify almost anything. And we're seeing what's going on. They're locking people up in cages, putting people in all type of imprisoning people. People dying from toothaches. It's ridiculous.
Yep. And that's when fear becomes more powerful than the actual facts.
That's real. That is real. Go ahead and run the next one.
But not every Republican agrees with this rhetoric. Some leaders have condemned it. And some say that their focus is on border security, not hatred. But the party has also become more diverse in recent years with more Latino, Black, and Asian candidates. But at the same time, the loudest voices right now are the ones that are using the most extreme language. When extreme voices get attention, more people start using that extreme language that we see Trump using every day. But that's how political parties change. That's how countries change. It's how nations change.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and run this clip, man, of Trump talking about gas prices and the situation we may be in a while, man, because of this this goofy war.
They have no Navy, it's been knocked out. They have no Air Force, it's been knocked out. They have no air detection, that's been knocked out. Their radar has been knocked out. And just about everything's been knocked out. So we'll see how we do, but we're doing very well. We have a great military, and they're doing a fantastic job. If we have a little high oil prices for a little while, but as soon as this ends, those prices are going to drop, I believe, lower than.
Fuck out of here.
Lower than before.
Fuck out of here. You do this shit and fuck up everything. People can't afford gas. We remember the last time with gas was this high during COVID. It was bad, man. People didn't even want to drive anywhere. But this is what we're looking at right now today. And we're going to do our best to make it through it. But I just want us to learn a lesson from once. I don't understand how our memories are so short. Like we don't remember 4 years ago when Trump shitted on us for it. I don't get it. I just don't understand why people don't remember what happened. Now everybody, yeah, it's gonna be so great. Trump is gonna do this. He's gonna do that. He's gonna
go up
oh
so
man,
much.
it's gonna be so amazing. And then he gets in there and do the same shit he did the first time.
But worse.
I mean, I don't understand how anybody's surprised. It's just amazing. Like this country is our memories. Is it just 4 years? That's the longest we remember things? And we act like this dude was a brand new politician. Like, yeah, here he comes.
Look, Ryan, I'm all for raising the tax rates on the rich.
It's something we haven't done since the 60s. The rich have waged the war, and they're winning. They're winning. They're winning. They are not paying taxes. They keep getting tax cut after tax cut. Ever since Bill Clinton. When Bill Clinton left in 1999, it was over. They've gotten tax cuts since the whole beginning of the 2000s. 26 years of tax cuts. Obama didn't lower the taxes on them. I wish he would have. I don't know why he didn't raise the taxes. He kept the Bush tax cuts in order.
He should have let them motherfuckers expire.
Now, I mean, that was a mistake. He should have went after them motherfuckers. That was a mistake Obama made. Trump got in there. I think they expired during Trump, and then that's why he put them back in place. But Obama didn't do anything to change that, to take that away. I don't know what he had to do, but Trump is quick to tear up everything everybody else is doing, so he could have did it.
Yep, I agree.
But right now we have a war overseas that could spread. We have oil prices rising. We have people dying. And at the same time, we have politicians telling Americans to fear entire groups of people, trashing the Muslims. That combination has never led to anything good in America. Fear plus war is one of the most dangerous combinations a country can have. We saw the Japanese thrown into internment camps when we were in war in the 40s.
And people need to pay attention now, not later, because by the time that everyone realizes everything that's going on, it's gone too far. It's usually already too late.
Yep. We don't know how long this stupid war is going to last. Trump is saying it's going to wind down soon. The Iranian people are saying we're ready to fight. Now they have stopped bombing as many places as they were bombing at first, so we don't know how they're going to react. But Trump is seeing this as something that is hurting him politically, so he's trying to say that they're going to wind down the war. But after killing 147 school children, I don't know how fast that they are going to agree to shut this down.
Right.
So we don't know. We don't know how far this will go. But we do know that our tone of our politics matters in this country. And right now, that tone is getting a little extreme, with Republicans going after civilian Muslims who just trying to worship their God that they believe in. And right now we have politicians calling them animals and monsters, and their religion isn't real and all this craziness. Like I said, man, I don't believe in religion, but I respect people's wishes. If they want to go and pray and go to their temple and go to their church, that's on them. That's their business. I don't look at one group worse than another, because Christians have done a lot of stuff in the name of Jesus, and God killed a lot of people. A lot of them. The KKK carried cross. They believed that they were doing something for the Bible. They believed that they were the truth, and God was with them. Most of the people who do horrible things think that God is with them. So the Muslim religion is no different than all the rest of them. Look at the Jewish people, what they're doing in the name of Zionism. They're trying to destroy every Palestinian that exists, because they believe they're the chosen, and this is my chosen land, and we can kill them all for we can live there. And the reason why they were not at that land, because what happened? Somebody ran them off trying to kill them. They had to run, running from persecution. They get back and they do the exact same shit that was done to them. It doesn't make sense. And they say that they're supposed to be religious people when they're just bombing everyone. Makes zero sense. But let us know what you all think, man, in the comments. Make sure, yes, I am Ryan. I don't know. I don't know. Some people may not agree with that. A lot of people don't agree, but that's what I am. I have more of a scientific mind than I do a religious mind. I can't fall behind things that I don't see proof in. I just can't. I believe that you be a good people to people because you should be a good person. You should treat people well because you want to be treated well. You know, that's how you do it. I just don't think that religion makes you a good person. Obviously, it doesn't. Right on, Ryan. But we hope that this war draws down, because gas prices are ridiculous, man. And we don't want to see many people getting hurt, as we're seeing already. And the division is already hitting here at home.
But make sure you like, subscribe, share, and don't forget, become a member. It helps us keep the lights on.
That's real, man. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate you, Ralph. We appreciate you, Ryan. T. Tapua, Roberts. I probably butchered that. Everybody else that stayed with us today, man, we appreciate you guys spending your Wednesday afternoon with us. We will be back on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock a.m. With more news and more discussions about what's going on in the world. We appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.